Coco is from Trenton, New Jersey. And in the back seat, Lieutenant Tim Walsh is from Omaha, Nebraska. They're going to demonstrate the incredible power as it takes off and does a above the ground. Check out this incredible pitch of authority as the aircraft sets up The Super Hornet is unique in its ability to operate at slow speeds and high angles of attack. Setting up for a maximum performance looping maneuver away from the crowd. Pointing the nose right back down toward the ground under the power of two General Electric F414 turbofan engines. Now, swinging it around with a lot of tail authority, doing a flat pirouette. They're going to set up now for a minimum radius turn to a tailspin. Let's watch as Coco and Atoll set up for a 7G maneuver, forcing them into their seats at 7 times the force of gravity. And the rest of us would say, yeah, do it again. And their flying careers would be changed a little bit. But I just want you to watch. This is one that has your hair on fire. When you're inside the jet, this is one of the most incredible sights in the world because Oceana goes by very, very quickly. Here comes the Super Hornet High Speed Pass. Wow, that was wonderful. Now they're going to set up for what we know as a square loop. And let's see if we can go live to the cockpit and say hello to these bad boys in there, just to see if they're on there. And I'm going to switch on the radio, turn it over to us, and turn it over to them and say, Coco, Atoll, Rob Ryder, how you guys doing?
Roger, got one clear.
Got a square loop for us, boys? What you got for us, bud? Swapping in very, very rapidly.
square loop.
All right, any shout outs you want to do to anybody here today?
Just on the fine folks that Hampton Roads are coming out on this beautiful afternoon to Virginia Beach, Virginia.
And he'll yank the stick back into his lap. 3, 2, 1, right about now. Look at that. A very, very abrupt 90-degree pull through. And once they reach about 500 feet, they'll be straight down and level for side 4 of the square loop. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for that an adversary would shoot right by him, and that gets him in a much better position for getting a guns or missiles firing position on the 6 o'clock adversary jet. That is an incredible maneuver. Now, they're going to set up now what we call the inverted whisper pass. We've heard a lot of noise from these two General Electric F414 engines. 42,000 pounds of thrust. But as they come back around, Coco and Atoll are going to roll inverted, and they're going to back the power down to idle, and we'll see just how quiet the airplane is. I think you guys have a whisper pass, don't you?
I think we just might have one coming up for you now, Rob.
All right, bring her in, guys. For the power to come back in. They were at idle, still going over 300 miles per hour. When you see a bright glow when you're looking up the tailpipes of the aircraft, that means the afterburners are on, means raw jet fuel is being poured into the exhaust. It gives them an amazing amount of thrust to get quickly into or quickly out of a fight. Now let's watch now as they go slowly, slowly, slowly. High alpha pass, power comes back, nose comes up, power comes in a little bit, nose comes up a little more as they pull through. Okay, Coco, talk to me. Atoll, talk to me. Let's see how many degrees nose up you're going to give me.
We're going to try and give you about 34 if we can, Rob.
34. Okay, call your ground speed in knots and I'll convert it to miles per hour.
I'm showing now 90 knots right now.
That's just shy of 100 miles an hour across the ground. And what do you think it'll be, about 35,000 pounds? watch as these guys work their way in, showing how they approach the ship. The job of a naval
going to the boat on Tuesday.
You say you're going to the boat on Tuesday?
Well, he is on now, but he says he needs to practice.
Okay, well, pitch up anytime, buddy. You guys are going to get slowed down big time for this next part of the maneuver package, right?
Yeah, we're certainly going to try. We're going to put it down to about 130 knots for our approach speed.
Now, you're going to do a little touch-and-go action for us?
That's right, Rob. It'll be a touch-and-go low transition.
Now, when you touch and go in something like this, even if you're going to touch down on the deck of a carrier, you shove the throttles forward whether it catches the hook or not, correct?
That's right. Scott will advance the throttles to nil every time he touches down on the ship, just in case he were to miss all four of the wires, or all three of the wires, depending on what ship it is.
All right, Atoll, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's watch them as they approach for the touch and go, getting ready to demonstrate what would happen if the tail hook missed all four of the wires that are stretched across the deck. A 600 to 700 foot per minute descent rate. It's a bone-crushing landing. They don't flare, they just fly it straight onto the deck. Bolter, bolter, bolter. Now let's watch them as quickly the gears up, the flaps up, the hooks up.